Hi, I'm Sarah Bodnar, and today I'm here with Terilynn Brechtel. She's the Director of Community Education at United Neighborhood Centers and also a licensed social worker. A little bit of background about United Neighborhood Centers. We've been around for 97 years. We're a nonprofit social service agency meeting the needs of family, youth, senior citizens, new immigrants in the community. UNC can help with needs such as food, clothing, shelter, literacy and education, budgeting, and support for your physical, mental, emotional, and social wellness needs. Terry runs our bereavement support groups called Life After Loss. They were scheduled to be held the last Tuesday of each month from 1:30 to 3 at the Taylor Community Library. Unfortunately, they have been temporarily postponed, but Terry is still going to continue to keep track of anyone who's interested and call them when the group is up and running again. So I want to talk a little bit with Terilynn today about grief and bereavement, about the groups, and how you can get on the list of interest so that we can let you know when we're running them again. How are you today, Terry?
Good, thanks, Sarah. How are you?
Good, nice to see you.
You too.
Can you first tell us a little bit, what exactly is grief and bereavement?
Sure. So bereavement refers to a time when a person experiences sadness after losing a loved one. Grieving includes the entire emotional process of coping with a loss, and it can last a long time. Grief is normal and it's a process. It can be experienced as mental, physical, behavioral, social, or emotional reactions, and can include anger, guilt, anxiety, sadness, and despair. Grief is often described in stages, which include denial, anger, depression, bargaining, and acceptance, but sometimes it can feel like more of a roller coaster with ups and downs.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the stages of grief, and I know that some people go through them in a different order. It's not like clockwork. You go through denial and then anger. They can happen at any time in the grieving process, right?
Exactly, yes.
So does it matter what stage of grief a person is in when they attend the group?
It doesn't matter what stage of grief someone is in, or if they don't know what stage of grief they're going through right now. This group is here for anyone looking to connect with others. It's a place to develop tools for healing.
Great. How is a support group different from seeing a counselor individually or just trying to manage your grief on your own?
Sure. Support groups offer a supportive environment to work through grief. They give the opportunity to connect with others going through a similar experience, and it helps validate what an individual is going through, the emotions they're experiencing. It helps participants to know they're not alone, and it can be mutually therapeutic. It can be beneficial to support others through your own experience.
Yeah, I experienced a loss, and I know that I was surprised at how many things we needed to handle after that loss, such as rectifying bank accounts, ending a car lease, wills, and all the different offices and people we needed to talk to handle all of those things. And it was helpful to hear from people who had gone through some of those steps. And then in turn, now I'm in a position where I want to help other people who are feeling overwhelmed. So I can see how a group would provide that mutual therapeutic experience.
Right.
For people interested in attending, Terry, does it matter if they lost their loved one last week versus last year?
No, and kind of going off of what you said, because everyone processes loss in their own way at their own pace, there's no restrictions on who can join us. This group is open to anyone looking for a safe environment to process and move towards a new normal.
Okay, thank you. What are some things that you talk about in Life After Loss?
Some of the topics we cover in Life After Loss include reactions and effects to grief, managing grief, caring for yourself. We also talk about practical considerations, some of the things that you had just discussed, what to do with your loved one's belongings. Have your roles changed? Has your identity changed? Are there new tasks to learn? How do you continue managing your other relationships? How do you stay connected? We also talk about honoring your loved one's memory and really learning tools for healing.
Okay, thank you. I just want to reiterate that this group was scheduled to be held the last Tuesday of each month from 1:30 to 3 at the Taylor Community Library, which is located at 710 South Main Street in Taylor. Please give us a call at 570-346-6203. Terilynn, what is your extension?
It's 103.
So even though we're not working in the office, Terilynn is checking her messages. If anyone is interested in attending this group, Terilynn will be keeping track of all of those names, your contact information, and will call you when the group is up and running. Of course, if you're an individual who feels like you need support right now, experiencing some complicated grief, especially during the coronavirus and the COVID-19 crisis, grief can be very complicated. And so if you feel you need support now and don't want to wait for the groups to be up and running, still call that number. We do offer individual counseling, and right now during the crisis, we're offering telecounseling over the phone. So please just give us a call if you have any questions or any needs pertaining to mental health or grief and bereavement. Terilynn, thank you so much for talking with us today. I want to just thank ECTV for allowing us to talk about our groups, and all of our funders, specifically the Scranton Area Foundation and Tomorrow's Leaders Today, who provided us with some funding to kickstart this initiative. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.